Now at 6, utility officials and volunteers are hard at work trying to help residents in Vernon County after an EF1 tornado rips through. I'm Anthony Saviello. I'll have more details coming up.
Plus, authorities say rainy conditions might have led to a fatal crash in Cherokee County, and the Newton County Sheriff's Office throws their weight behind bringing awareness to child abuse prevention.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Process to repair and clean up is well underway, but people impacted by yesterday's tornado in Vernon County, Missouri face some serious challenges. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Storm victims are still battling the elements as they deal with the damage. For starters, they've had to contend with rain today, posing its own threat to damaged homes and businesses. On top of that, many still don't have power. Anthony Safiello joins us now from the newsroom with more.
Dow, that's exactly right. People in Nevada and Vernon County still dealing with the aftermath of yesterday's tornado, but there's been no shortage of assistance and volunteers, people willing to take the time out of their day and help. I spoke with a few of those who are still trying to provide support for those in need. Despite the wet conditions, utility crews work to restore power to those in Moundville and Nevada. Dozens of trucks working to keep the time without power to a minimum. But there are also those working to make sure no one goes hungry.
We responded down with a team of our volunteers to come provide hydration and snacks yesterday is what we did. So that's what we ended up starting with yesterday. Today we're here to provide the meals for all the residents and the first responders and the volunteers helping to do the cleanup.
And that everyone has a place to sleep.
Have a bunch of cots set up. We're doing as much as we can at the moment, especially with it just being a brand new shelter. And then foods, making sure everyone's okay, and then we're going to start opening cases soon.
With donations pouring in from all over.
And you've seen that in this community. This is a great community. People just coming out to help their neighbor, don't know their neighbor, but they're coming out to help, and that's what we love to see.
Scott Lemaster, founder of Taking It to the Streets Disaster Relief, is also trying to make sure that those who are going out of their way to help others are taken care of as well.
And a lot of times you'll find in disasters that the first responders might be sitting on a corner, like just for instance the chief of police for Jasper was out there on the corner for 8-10 hours. And so when we go out there, we make sure that they have hydration, snacks, meals.
Dow, I will also add that Vernon County officials say that full restoration of power could not be expected for at least another 2 to 3 days. At last check, there were still several hundred people in Vernon County without power. For people who are seeking help, they can find that at the Nevada Community Center or at the Vernon County Fairgrounds. In the newsroom, Anthony Saviello. Dow?
All right, Anthony, thanks. The rain still continues in parts of the area. Let's check in with meteorologist Doug Hetty now for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, we got some pretty heavy amounts of rain out there, especially during the morning hours, but we still have scattered showers out there right now, and that's what we're going to see through the evening. Rainfall since at midnight, over a half an inch, 1.3 for the month. We're still an inch or two behind in most areas for the year, but you can still see periods of showers kind of working through. They are going to slowly dissipate as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. One little good shower just to the east of Pittsburgh, and then a couple more just south of Neosho. But all the big time severe weather is staying down through central parts of Arkansas, so we don't have to worry about that. It's cooler here, temps near 50 degrees through the evening, hit and miss showers. We kind of hang out near 50 through most of the night. However, showers, thunderstorms return by morning. We're going to talk about that here in a bit.
Catch you in a few. We have the perfect way for you to stay ahead of severe weather season with just a simple click. You can scan this QR code with your phone, head straight to the weather resources page of our website, where you can find information on storm shelters, weather updates, closings, road conditions, and more. The weather resource page on KOAMnewsnow.com. The morning rains have also led to some car crashes in the area. Hydroplaning caused 2 accidents in Joplin this morning. One driver suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Details on the other are still unknown. Both drivers were wearing seatbelts. Missouri State Highway Patrol wants to remind drivers it is the law to turn your headlights on if the windshield wipers are on. Another crash this morning turned fatal. Cherokee County authorities responded to a head-on collision involving two vehicles. It took place just west of Columbus on Highway 160 near Northwest 50th. This is a developing story. You can find more details on our website, koamnewsnow.com, as they develop. Berry County prosecutors have charged a man and woman in connection with a murder last month. Brandy Coburn of Verona, Missouri, and Jimmy Taylor of Exeter, Missouri, are charged with first-degree murder and abandonment of a corpse. The charges stem from a death on or about March 11th at a house in Verona. Authorities say Coburn and Taylor shot Marvin Lance McCullough, then transported the body in the trunk of a car to a field, a farm, and setting that body on fire. The pair are being held without bond. Pittsburgh police have arrested two suspects in connection with a string of thefts, including one in which the thieves were caught on camera stealing a camera. The crimes happened between March 28th and April 2nd. Police weren't able to nail down the suspects until this video was shared. It shows one person you see shining a light into the home, and the second person, the one entering now, comes in after and reaches up and steals the camera. Of course, it was still recording, and the recording was safe. We have information about the crimes at koamnewsnow.com. The two suspects have been arrested. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and the Newton County Sheriff's Office wants to help increase awareness. Each of these pinwheels represents a child abuse case worked by the department in the course of a single year. The department partners every year with the Children's Center of Southwest Missouri. Archers at Riverton High School take aim at a state title. John Dales has their story coming up in sports. But up first, tariff impacts right here in the Four States.
A local professor and AAA weighs in on tariff tax. I'm Lonnie Walton at Pitt State University. I'll have that story coming up.
Tariffs have an impact across the nation. What about right here in the Four States? Well, KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke with some local experts from Pitt State and AAA on how these tariffs could affect you.
I like building stuff, and I like to see a project from the beginning to the end. So it's something like I'm passionate about.
Jorge Narvaez is a senior at Pitt State. He says he has dreams of being in the construction business one day. He says he has no worries about the economy, at least for now.
For now, I think that I'm good, but like I've heard that the job market's kind of going a little down, but for construction management, there's always opportunities.
Surely he hopes it stays that way, and so do many others. But with these new tariffs facing the nation, Pitt State professor of economics Alex Binder says he has his own fears.
Worst case scenario is that businesses facing the uncertainty about tariffs from other countries and from our own will lay off employees.
And not only that, Professor Binder says it could really affect your wallet.
The most likely initial effect are that prices for many consumer goods will go up.
And what about those gas prices in our area? That's a question for AAA spokesperson Nick Shabaria.
Price per gallon at local stations, could range anywhere from 12 to 15 cents per gallon increase as a result of some of the tariffs.
With all that information, hopefully Jorge has a backup plan.
A backup? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably just work regular construction if it doesn't work.
Will these tariffs be good or bad to our economy? Only time will tell, according to our experts. Reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Professor Binder says because of the uncertainty of tariffs, he says you might want to consider whether it's a good idea to retire right now. A little bit later, Goodman police want dog owners to make sure their best friends have been registered. That's coming up.
Plus, we have more showers and thunderstorms rotating in. We're going to look at that. Well, of course, another wet one for us today, but we didn't have to deal with the severe weather today, which is very thankful, but still showers, thunderstorms. Of course, it's spring. We need the rain across the region, except if you had storm damage over the past about 36 hours. Looking outside right now, a great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam. We have had some on and off showers through the evening hours, so those are still going to be out there. Look at the heavy amounts of rain. So where you see the oranges here, that's really 4, upwards of 5 inches of rain. On average, most of us have picked up 1 to 2 inches, and this is over the past 36 hours, so it does include the thunderstorms that we saw yesterday morning. All right, some light showers kind of pushing through. These are going to become a little bit less numerous as we go through the evening hours, and we're actually going to kind of dry out just a bit. Have a little band of showers just north of Joplin up toward Lamar, a couple little guys down through northeastern parts of Oklahoma. Big severe weather ongoing again, Arkansas into southern parts of Arkansas, and that's in general where it's going to stay as we go through the next couple days. See how the clouds are starting to light up in the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas? That's our next wave, which is going to head toward us as we go through the next 24 hours. It's chilly. We're sitting right around 50 degrees. Here's 7th and range line, currently sitting at 51. Northerly winds, light, at about 5 to 10. Visibility is good. Temperatures really kind of hold steady, near 50. Through the night, hit and miss showers next couple hours, and then cloudy until the morning. That's when our thunderstorms start to increase again. I actually think it's going to be very similar to what we had today. We'll have some thunder boomers out there through the morning hours, some heavy amounts of rain, but I'm not expecting anything strong or severe. But look at the bands pushing through. So now we're at the noon hour, clearing out just a bit, and then thunderstorms will increase again during the afternoon, especially along and south of I-44. Once you get down into Benton County or Berry County, you may get a few stronger storms, but again, most of the severe weather is going to stay to our south and to our east as we go into Friday evening. So still scattered thunderstorms, and then a little bit of a lull once again as we go through Friday night, and then here we go again on Saturday. Another big batch is going to push through. We won't get much thunder from it on Saturday. It's mainly just going to be rain across the region, and then we got to watch the backside of the system late Saturday night and into Sunday morning. And I'm not joking about this, but we have a pretty good shot to get a rain-snow mix as we go into Saturday night and Sunday morning. Now, of course, the ground is warm, but if it came down at a pretty good clip, we could get some slushy accumulations on the grassy surfaces, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Rainfall over the next few days, anywhere from 1 inch upwards to 4 or 5 inches once you get into our southern counties. So we are definitely getting the rain. Kind of cool tomorrow, high temp, right around 57 degrees, should be topping out right around 70 this time of the year. 49 Saturday, only 45 on Sunday, so a chilly weekend, then back to normal temps next week.
Yes, some cold highs in the next couple of days, I guess.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Goodman, Missouri police want to remind dog owners they must have their best friends registered with the city. Assuming that dog is their best friend, all dogs must also be current on rabies vaccinations. They also want to remind owners if they let the dogs out, they have to be on a leash.
Dogs, people will let them out, go to the bathroom, they'll just run off, run free. We've had a few dogs that nobody wants to claim. Basically, we're just to a point where we can't figure out where they go. People don't want to own up to it. They don't want the citation for it. So rather than try to go that route, we'll just have them registered as the ordinance states.
Atkins says the city's also going to be conducting ordinance violation checks. Still ahead, Riverton High School makes history at the state powerlifting and archery finals, and several gorillas and lions received academic awards from the MIAA. John Dales has those stories and more for us coming up next in sports.
This past weekend, Riverton High School makes a big-time mark at the state finals for powerlifting. The Rams have 3 individual state champions, Jaden Barnes, Alexa Price, and Brock Ross, and the Riverton girls win the 2A team state title.
It was pretty nice to get that. I don't think we've done that before, really, so it was nice to get to be a part of that, and we all work really hard.
Last year, I didn't really place at anything, and our girls' team I thought was a little smaller than last year, and then it was just a crazy weekend, and we pulled it through.
A lot of the guys will push each other if they were not doing heavy enough weight during practice, and during the meets, we'll push each other doing even more weight than we think we can do and getting higher place.
Meanwhile, the archery team from Riverton also brings home a state title in the bullseye division. This comes after the Rams came in second place at state each of the previous 3 years. Bailey Hodge is an individual state champion for Bullseye and 3D. And Riverton is bringing most of its team to the national tournament in Utah later this month.
This year has definitely probably been our hardest working year because a lot of people have put in more extra hours, and we actually have more extra practices this year.
The whole team did excellent. I mean, it's something to be very proud of. I mean, taking first at state, is something to be pretty proud of.
It was awesome. I will say I did shed tears because these guys have worked so hard. They have put in hours. They have been out shooting at 9 o'clock at night. 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week, some of them. So it's been great to see that pay off.
Despite the rain, the Lucky 7 Conference Baseball Tournament gets started today. By the end of tomorrow night, a champion will be crowned. In the quarterfinals this afternoon, Wyandotte takes down Welch 10-0. Bears advance to the tournament semifinals. That's tomorrow against Ketchum, who beat Commerce 8-0 in its first game. A couple other quarterfinal games follow up that one. Fairland against Colcord. That contest is underway as we come on the air. Quapaw faces Afton later tonight. We're going to have highlights from Wyandotte's victory as well as Fairland's battle with Colcord tonight at 9 and 10. And the MIAA releases its basketball academic honor roll this afternoon. In order to qualify, a student athlete has to have a grade point average of 3.0 or higher. 6 members of the Missouri Southern women's basketball team are on the academic honor roll. Caitlin Honeycutt, Ryan Franklin, Morgan Myers, Kennedy Roach, Mia Topping, and Reese Webb. The Pitt State women have 9 members of their team on the academic honor roll. Jemiah Brown, Destiny Berge, Savannah Campbell, Corinna Gerber, Sydney Holmes, Alba Lozano, Macy Mays, Grace Pyle, and Harper Schreiner. And Holmes, she also receives the Academic Excellence Award. That's only given to those with a 4.0 GPA. 4 members of the Lions and Gorillas men's basketball teams also get named to the academic honor roll from the MIAA. Prince Agbazi, Justin Duff from Missouri Southern, then Tanner Manns and Hayden Shanks for PSU. And it's really impressive when you think about all that these student athletes have to do. They have their practices, their games, they're also out in the community and getting it done in the classroom.
Yeah, somehow finding time to study.
Yeah.
Some athletes and scholars. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. With more rain in the forecast come flooding concerns. What you need to know if your car gets stranded on a flooded road. Plus, ever eat too much food? Who hasn't, right? Well, we're going to tell you why the dreaded food coma is not only real, but it can impact cognitive skills, especially among students. And we're going to look at a plan to bring fiber internet to Parsons, Kansas. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Plenty of us have had plenty of rain, but plenty more is on the way.
We do. It looks like just kind of random light showers sticking around through the evening hours, but showers, thunderstorms return tomorrow morning. So a loud morning. We're going to have heavy amounts of rain, thunderstorms, another batch moving in late in the day. We'll do it again even on Saturday.
Like it or not, final sports note.
Down in Wyandotte, they had to wait for that rain to go away to play those baseball games today, but we're going to have those highlights later tonight at 9 and 10.
So I guess they ended up playing on a wet field.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.